The 1994 African Cup of Nations was a defining moment in Nigeria's football history. Nigeria's golden generation, a squad loaded with talent, put their names into African football history by securing the nation's second continental title. But what happened to those heroes after the tournament? Let's look at the squad of 1994 and where they are now. At number 22 and Nigerian number 1 is Peter Rufai, stood like a wall in that tournament. The first choice goalkeeper played every minute of Nigeria's AFCON campaign, including the dramatic final against Zambia. His composure and leadership from the back ensured that Nigeria conceded just 2 goals throughout the knockout rounds. After the 1994 triumph, Rufai's club career took him through Europe's football landscape. He had already been in Spain with Deportivo La Corona, but these post-AFCON years saw him solidify his status. He joined SC Faren in Portugal in 1994, where he helped the club secure a spot in the UEFA Cup, a historic first for the team. Then came a move to Hercules CF in Spanish La Liga. Hercules struggled as a team, eventually getting relegated, but Rufai's consistent performance in goal kept his reputation intact. Deportivo came calling again, and Rufai returned as backup. He managed a few key appearances. After hanging his globe, Rufai transitioned into coaching and football administration. He's been deeply involved in Nigerian football development, working with young talent and offering his insight as a media analyst. Today he runs Starbucks Sport Development Limited, an organization focused on grassroots football. Rufai's commitment to shaping Nigeria's next generation of footballers reflect the same steady hand he showed between the posts. At number 21 we have Wilfred Agbonavbare. He didn't get to play during the 1994 AFCON, but his role as Peter Rufai's backup was crucial in maintaining depth and security in the squad. Wilfred had already established himself at Rayo Vallecano in Spain, where he played from 1990 to 1997. He was a favorite at Rayo, known for his athleticism and sharp reflexes. His career wound down in the late 90s after Rayo let him go. Without strong contract offers, he stepped away from the game at just 31. Life after football was challenging. To support himself and his family, he took a job as a delivery man. Despite the difficulties, Wilfred remained connected to the game. He worked as a goalkeeping coach for club Deportivo Coslada in Spain, helping to train the next generation. Tragically, his life was cut short when he was diagnosed with cancer in late 2014. He passed away in January 2015. His death was a heavy blow to the Nigerian football community. Number 20, we have Aloy Agu. He was the third choice goalkeeper in 1994. He didn't get minutes during the tournament, but his inclusion in the squad highlighted Nigeria's depth at the position. Agu had already built a solid reputation in Nigerian domestic football. After AFCON, he remained active in the national setup, earning caps in the years that followed. Agu played in the 1996 AFCON, where Nigeria captured another continental title. After retiring from playing, he stepped into coaching. He served as the goalkeeping coach for Ikpeba, and in 2008 took on the same role for the Nigerian national team. His work with the Super Eagles goalkeepers was instrumental in shaping Nigeria's approach to defending at international tournaments. Agu stayed active in Nigerian football as an analyst. At number 19, we have Stephen Keshi. He wasn't just a defender, he was the captain, the anchor, the spiritual leader of the 1994 squad. His command of the back line and ability to push forward in key moments made him indispensable. Keshi even scored in the semi-final against Ivory Coast. He was instrumental in every game he put on the green jersey. Keshi's post-playing career was equally impressive. After playing stints in France with ROC Strasbourg and in the United States with Louisiana Lightning, he moved into management. He guided Togo to their first ever FIFA World Cup appearance in 2006, a monumental achievement for the small West African nation. He also managed Mali's national team before taking over as Nigeria's head coach in 2011. Keshi led Nigeria to their third AFCON title in 2013, becoming only the second man in history to win the tournament as both player and a coach. Under his leadership, Nigeria also reached the round of 16 at the 2014 World Cup. Keshi's second stint as Nigeria's coach ended in 2015, but his impact on African football was already secured. Unfortunately, he passed away suddenly in 2016 at just 54. It was a devastating loss. Keshi remains one of the most successful, influential figures in African football history a true legend. At number 18 is Austin Eguavoen, who was Keshi's right-hand man in the defense during the 1994 AFCON. He played with pose and authority, locking down Nigeria's backline throughout the tournament. After the AFCON win, Eguavoen played for Bende Insurance and Eyimba in Nigeria before retiring. His transition to coach came naturally. In 2005, he became Nigeria's head coach, leading the team to the semi-finals of the 2006 AFCON. He had 2 more stints as Nigeria's interim coach, including 2021, when he led Nigeria to the qualification round for the 2022 World Cup, but fell short to West African neighbors Ghana. He was sacked shortly after. Eguavoen has also worked at club level, coaching Bende Insurance, serving in various administrative roles within Nigerian football. His tactical understanding and experience have kept him close to the heart of Nigerian football. At number 17, we have Uche Okafor. He was a towering presence in Nigeria's defense in 1994. After the AFCON, he played in Germany for Hannover 96 before moving to the US to join the Kansas City Wizards in MLS. He became a core part in the Wizards' defense and helped them win the MLS Supporters Shield in 2000. After retiring, Okafor stayed close to the game, coaching the youth teams. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2011 at just 43, which was a painful loss for the Nigerian football. He was found hanged in his home, and though his death was initially ruled a suicide, some of his family and friends questioned that conclusion. Okafor had been living in the United States after retiring from football, working as a youth coach and a soccer analyst for ESPN. Known for his calm presence and defensive strength, Okafor made 34 appearances for Nigeria, including playing at the 1994 World Cup. His death shocked the Nigerian football community, leaving behind questions and a legacy defined by his contributions to the golden era of football. Next up at number 16, we have Uche Okechukwu. He was a rock in Nigeria's defense during the 1994 African Cup of Nations. Touring and composed, he formed a formidable partnership with Uche Okafor, anchoring a defense that propelled the Super Eagles to glory. His presence at the back was calm but commanding an immovable wall against the opposition's attack. Nigeria's 2-1 victory over Zambia in the final owed much to Okechukwu's cool-headed leadership and defensive mastery. After the triumph in Tunisia, Okechukwu's career took off in Europe. He moved to Turkish powerhouse Fenerbahce SK in 1994, where he would become a club legend. His time in Istanbul was decorated with silverware. He won the Turkish Super League in the 1995-1996 season and played over 200 matches for the club. Fenerbahce fans adored him. His strength, positioning, and quiet authority made him a fan favorite and earned him the nickname the Gentle Giant. Okechukwu also had a storied international career. He featured prominently in the 1994 and 1998 World Cups and was part of Nigeria's historic golden medal winning squad at the 1996 Atlanta Olympics, a defining moment for African football. By the time he retired from international duty, he had earned 63 caps, leaving behind a legacy of defensive excellence. After leaving Fenerbahce in 2003, Okechukwu slipped away from the spotlight. Retirement found him back in Nigeria, where he settled into a quieter life in his hometown of Mboko, Moria, Obingwa in Abia State. At number 15, we have Isaac Semitoje. He was a player who didn't always get the headlines, but his contribution to Nigeria's 1994 AFCON victory was undeniable. As a defender, he brought reliability and discipline to the backline. In the final against Zambia, Semitoje played the full 90 minutes, helping Nigerians secure their second continental title. He was the type of player every coach trusted, consistent, solid, and quietly effective. After AFCON 94, Semitoje continued his career with domestic sides Benden Insurance and Iwon Yawu National, now called Heartland FC. His club career was steady but unspectacular. The one that got away though was the 1994 World Cup. Semitoje was left out of Nigeria's squad for the US 94 tournament. A snub he later admitted haunted him. He believed he hurt his chances of securing a move to Europe, where many of his teammates were beginning to make their mark. Semitoje retired from professional football in 2001 after a decade-long career. Unlike some of his more high-profile teammates, his post-football life has been quiet. tournament. At number 14, we have Ben Iroha. He owned the left flank for Nigeria at AFCON 94. Quick, technically sound, and fearless in attack, Iroha was a vital cog in the Super Eagles machine. His ability to transition from defense to attack gave Nigeria width and balance. In the final against Zambia, he was everywhere, overlapping runs, defensive recoveries, and crisp passing, and sometimes scoring. After the 1994 triumph, Iroha's career became a global journey. He played in the Netherlands, the United States, Spain, and England for Watford FC. He was also part of Nigerian squad at the 1994 and 1998 World Cups, adding to his reputation as one of Nigeria's most versatile defenders. Retirement didn't put Iroha away from the game. He turned to coaching, starting as a youth coach for FC Dallas in 2000. In 2007, he helped Nigeria's under-17 team win the FIFA Under-17 World Cup as an assistant coach. His coaching career led him back to Nigeria, where he managed Dolphin FC and Heartland FC. By 2019, Iroha had taken a more strategic role as the technical director of the Nigerian Football Federation. At number 13, we have Nduka Ugbade. His AFCON 94 story is bittersweet. He was part of the Nigerian squad that lifted the trophy, but the real heartbreak came a few months later. Ugbade was controversially left out of Nigerian squad for the 1994 World Cup, a decision that left him devastated. Ugbade's club career took him far-flung corners of the World Marine Castle United in Singapore, Perak FA in Malaysia, and back home with El Kanemi Warriors and Calabar Rovers. But coaching would give him a new sense of purpose. As an assistant coach, he helped Nigeria's under-17 team win the 2013 FIFA Under-17 World Cup. In 2013, he became the head coach of MFM FC, a Lagos-based club. Ugbade's dream of coaching the Super Eagles one day, hoping to complete his journey that started with triumph and heartbreak in 1994. At number 12, we have Sunday Oliseh. He was Nigeria's midfield brain at AFCON 94. With range of passing, defensive positioning, and leadership were unmatched. After the tournament, Oliseh's career blossomed in Europe. He played for Reggiana in Italy, then moved to Borussia Dortmund, where he won the Bundesliga and played in the UEFA Champions League. A brief stint at Juventus followed, and then spells at other European clubs. Oliseh transitioned into coaching, managing Nigeria's national team from 2015 to 2017. His tenure was turbulent, marked by disagreements with the Nigerian Football Federation. He later coached Fortuna Sittard in the Netherlands and briefly managed German club SV19 Strahlen. Oliseh remains active in football, working as a consultant and analyst. At number 11, we have Mutiu Adepoju. His elegant midfield play was instrumental in Nigeria's 1994 AFCON win. After the tournament, Adepoju became one of Nigeria's most successful exports to Spain. He played for Racing Santander, Real Sociedad, and UD Salamanca, scoring crucial goals and earning the respect of La Liga fans. He earned 48 caps for Nigeria and played in 3 World Cups in 1994, 1998, and 2002. Adepoju later served as the general manager of Shooting Stars FC and became a La Liga ambassador. His insight into Nigerian football remains influential, and he continues to advocate for better preparation and tactical discipline for Nigeria's national teams. Next up at number 10, we have Edema Fuludu. He didn't play during the AFCON 94, but he was part of the squad. His club career took him to Turkey with Alta SK, where he scored 10 goals in 78 appearances. After retirement, Fuludu moved into coaching, managing Warri Wolves FC. But Fuludu's post-football journey has been defined by politics and sport administration. He served as chairman of Delta FC and ran for political office, aiming to implement symmetric change in Nigeria. For Fuludu, leadership on the pitch has translated into leadership in governance. At number 9, we have Thompson Oliha. Oliha wasn't flashy, he didn't need to be. In a midfield packed with star power, Oliha was the engine, the quiet presence who made everything click. He could spot a pass before it opened, breaking down opposition plays with surgical precision. At the 1994 African Cup of Nations, his role was understated but essential. Nigeria's path to glory in Tunisia was paved with Oliha's tireless running and sharp distribution, the kind of work that rarely made headlines but won matches. Oliha came through the ranks at Bende Insurance, and his performances earned him a move to Iwuyawu National, where he became a mainstay in midfield, leading them to 2 Nigerian League titles. By the time Clemens Westerhoff shaped his legendary Super Eagles squad for AFCON 94, Oliha was already a trusted piece of the puzzle. Oliha's international career didn't end with the AFCON title. He was part of the squad at the 1994 World Cup in the United States, where Nigerians' exciting style of play captured the world's imagination. Though he wasn't a consistent starter, his presence in the squad reflected his value as a steadying influence. He also made part of Nigeria's golden era that culminated in the historic Olympic gold medal with 1996. After AFCON 94, Oliha moved to Belgium, joining Cercle Brugge, where he enjoyed a solid spell in the Belgian top flight. Later, he returned to Nigeria to finish his career at Jute FC. His post-playing days took a different path, one that kept him close to the game but away from the spotlight. He became a coach, working with youth teams and local sides. Development work suited him. Tragically, Oliha's life was cut short in June 30th, 2013. He died at just 44 following a brief illness. His death left a quiet void in Nigerian football, not just because of the player he was, but the mentor he had become. At number 8, we have JJ Okocha. He didn't just play football, he performed it. Every flick, feint, and drop of the shoulder felt like art, unpredictable and imposing to contain. In Tunisia 94, Okocha was already showing flashes of that genius, even though he was one of the youngest in the squad. Nigeria had plenty of talent, but Okocha brought something different: flair, freedom, and a touch of magic. His ball control was absurd. His ability to wriggle out of tight spaces, split defenses, turned the Super Eagles into a different beast. Okocha's rise started at Enugu Rangers, but it was his move to Germany that put him on the map. In 1994, he joined Eintracht Frankfurt and quickly gained a reputation as one of the most skillful players in the Bundesliga. The highlight was his famous goal against Karlsruhe SC, where he twisted and turned past multiple defenders, including the legendary goalkeeper Oliver Kahn, before slotting home. After Frankfurt, Okocha's career took him to Fenerbahce, where he became a legend in Turkey. From 1996 to 1998, trailed the Super League with his outrageous skills and set-piece mastery. His performances earned him a big money move to Paris Saint-Germain in 1998, then the most expensive African player in history. He spent 4 years in Paris, mentoring a young Ronaldinho and dazzling the French league. His stint at Bounty Wanderers in the Premier League followed, where he became a cult hero to the 2004 League Cup final. Okocha retired in 2008, but his impact on Nigerian football only deepened. He became a voice for the game as a pundit, an ambassador, and a mentor on Nigerian football as sharp and unapologetic. Through the JJ Okocha Foundation, established in 2016, he works to uplift young Nigerian footballers, providing them with opportunities in both sports and education. He's also building 100 bungalows for underprivileged families in Enugu State, a legacy far beyond football. In January 2024, Okocha was appointed as a CAF ambassador, joining a select of African legends tasked with promoting the sport across the continent. At number 7, we have Efan Ekoku. He had a talent for timing. He wasn't the loudest or flashiest, but when the ball fell his way, he knew what to do. At AFCON 94, Ekoku's role wasn't as pronounced as some of the other attacking stars, but his experience and efficiency gave Nigeria a reliable edge up front. Born in Manchester to Nigerian parents, Ekoku started his career at Sultan United before breaking through at Bournemouth. In 1993, he joined Norwich City and immediately made history, becoming the first player to score 4 goals in a Premier League match in a 5-1 thrashing of Everton. His clinical finishing and intelligent movements made him a standout striker in the English top flight. After AFCON 94, Ekoku continued his career in England, playing for Norwich City until 1996 before moving to Wimbledon. His time at Wimbledon was marked by consistent goal scoring and a reputation as a hard-working, reliable forward. A move to Sheffield Wednesday followed, where he remained a steady presence in the Premier League. Ekoku's playing career wound down in the early 2000s, but he transitioned smoothly into media, became one of the most respected voices in football commentary, working with the BBC, Sky Sports, and BT Sport. Beyond the microphone, Ekoku has stayed involved in football development. He's worked on grassroots projects in Nigeria, helping young players find pathways into professional football. At number 6, we have Rashidi Yekini. He was more than just a goal scorer. He was the heart and soul of Nigeria's attack at the 1994 African Cup of Nations. His 5 goals in Tunisia, including a crucial brace in the 3-0 group stage win over Gabon, see his status as the tournament's top scorer and cemented Nigeria's place at the top of African football. His celebration of his club career was just as remarkable. He moved between continents, playing for African sports in Ivory Coast, Victoria de Setúbal in Portugal, where he was the premier La Liga top scorer in 1993 to 1994, and Olympiacos in Greece. He had stints in Spain, Switzerland, and Tunisia before finishing his career with Nigerian clubs Julius Berger and Gateway United. Yekini's power and precision in front of goal made him Nigeria's all-time top scorer with 37 goals in 58 caps, a record that still stands. His life after football took a quiet, almost melancholic turn. Yekini battled health issues. On May 4th, 2012, Nigeria mourned the loss of a legend. His impact on Nigerian football remains unmatched, not just for the goals, but for the way he played with a fierce joy that lifted the entire nation. At number 5, we have Samson Siasia. His influence in Nigerian football stretches far beyond the pitch. He was part of the 1994 AFCON winning squad, coming off the bench in the final against Zambia to help secure the title. His goal against Argentina in the 1994 World Cup remains one of Nigeria's finest World Cup moments. A post finish that hinted at his instinctive understanding of the game. At club level, Siasia's journey took him from FC Nantes in France, where he won the Ligue 1 title in 1994-1995. He played in Australia, Israel, Saudi Arabia, and Belgium. He earned 51 caps and scored 16 goals for Nigeria. Siasia's true legacy unfolded in coaching. He led Nigeria's under-20 team to the 2005 FIFA Under-20 World Cup final and guided the Under-23 squad to a silver medal at the 2008 Beijing Olympics and a bronze at Rio 2016. As head coach of the Super Eagles, he had 2 stints in 2010 and 11 and 2016, but his career hit a devastating snag in 2019 when FIFA handed him a lifetime ban for match-fixing allegations. The Court of Arbitration for Sport later reduced the ban to 5 years, which ended in August 2024. Now free to coach again, Siasia has expressed his readiness to return to the sidelines, potentially with the Super Eagles. At number 4, we have Daniel Amokachi. Amokachi brought flair and physicality to Nigeria's 1994 AFCON campaign. His blistering pace and creative instincts added a different dimension to the Super Eagles attack. After the tournament, Amokachi made his mark at Everton in the English Premier League, becoming the first African player to win the FA Cup in 1995 after scoring twice in the semi-final against Tottenham. He later joined Besiktas in Turkey, where he played until 1999. Amokachi's transition to coaching followed a similar ambitious path. He managed Nigerian clubs like Nasarawa United and Eyimba and served as an assistant coach for the Super Eagles under Stephen Keshi. In 2014, he took over as interim head coach for the national team. In October 2024, he became the tactical advisor for Lobby Stars FC, focusing on strengthening team dynamics and mentoring young players. But he hasn't been entirely smooth sailing. In June 2024, Amokachi reportedly declined an offer to join the Super Eagles coaching staff due to disagreements over contract terms. Still, Amokachi's presence in Nigerian football remains significant. At number 3, we have Emmanuel Amunike. If there was one player who embodied Nigeria's 1994 AFCON triumph, it was Emmanuel Amunike. His 2 goals in the final against Zambia sealed Nigeria's victory and marked one of the most memorable performances in Nigerian football history. His composure and clinical finishing made him a vital asset for the Super Eagles. Amunike's club career was equally impressive. He played for Zamalek in Egypt before moving to Sporting CP in Portugal. In 1996, he signed with Barcelona, where injuries limited his impact, but his talent was undeniable. After retiring, Amunike turned to coaching, starting with Nigeria's under-17 team, which he led to the 2015 FIFA Under-17 World Cup title. In August 2024, Amunike took over as head coach of Heartland FC in Nigeria's Premier League. His appointment sparked a turnaround as Heartland recorded a string of impressive victories under his leadership. Amunike's involvement in the African Under-20 Championships Technical Study Group underscores his influence in shaping the next generation of African footballers. At number 2, we have Victor Ikpeba. He was Nigeria's Prince of Monaco. After his contribution to the 1994 AFCON win, Ikpeba hit his peak at AS Monaco, where he won the League One title in 1996-1997 and earned the African Footballer of the Year award the same year. His intelligent runs and precise finishing made him one of the most lethal forwards in Europe. Post-retirement, Ikpeba settled in Lagos, becoming a consultant for SuperSport, where his analysis and insight have shaped Nigerian football discourse. He also serves on the Nigerian Football Federation's technical committee, helping shape the strategic direction of the national team. In recent months, Ikpeba has publicly backed the appointment of Eric Seko Chale as the Super Eagles' new coach, urging patience for the new regime. His voice remains one of the most respected in Nigerian football. At number 1, we have Finidi George. He was Nigeria's right-side weapon during the 1994 AFCON, known for his pinpoint crosses and quick-footed runs. After the tournament, Finidi joined Ajax, where he won 3 consecutive Eredivisie titles and the UEFA Champions League in 1995. His career took him to Real Betis and Mallorca in Spain before a brief stint at Ipswich Town in England. Finidi transitioned smoothly into coaching. In 2021, he took over as head coach of Eyimba FC, guiding them to the Nigerian Professional Football League title in 2022-2023. In April 2024, he was appointed head coach of Super Eagles, a tenure that lasted just 34 days after a rocky start with 1 win and 1 loss and 2 draws. On the 3rd, Finidi became technical manager of Rivers United in mid-2024, where he continues to influence Nigerian football at the domestic level. Finidi's career, marked by the great brilliance and occasional setbacks, reflects the resilience and class that defined his playing days. So if you enjoyed this video, kindly click on the subscribe button and like, and click on the end screen on your left to watch the Nigerian 1996 Olympic winners and where they are now.